everybody. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to solve SAT reading and writing problems that involve grammar. So this is typically going to be in the middle of each SAT reading and writing module, and it's going to include the problems that talk about verbs or are asking you to choose between different pronouns. So I'm going to give you 3 tricks that I use in order to solve each of these problems, even the hardest ones. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to go through one of the hardest grammar, reading and writing problems that I've encountered on the practice tests and solve it for you using these tricks. So let's go ahead and jump in. The first thing you want to do is break down a passage, break down the sentence where there's a blank. So whenever you have a grammar problem, there's always going to be a blank, not ever a word underlined. And so if you have a problem that's dealing with verbs, you're gonna go ahead and have to read the whole entire passage. However, if you have a problem that's pronouns, you just have to read the sentence most of the time, at least with the easy and the medium difficulty problems. You only have to read the sentence that the pronoun is a part of. And oftentimes in the harder problems, the sentences get more convoluted. They'll have multiple phrases, and it becomes hard to distinguish what words the pronouns or the verbs are actually modifying. So it's important to break these problems down into pieces and cross out, at least mentally, any phrases that are unimportant. The second thing that you should do is underline keywords. So when you have a grammar problem that deals with verbs, that means you're going to underline the subject. So that's going to be typically whatever is doing the action. If the ball rolls across the grass, rolls is the verb, it's the action, and the ball is the one doing the rolling. So you're going to underline the subject. If you're dealing with verbs, if you're dealing with pronouns, then you're going to underline the verb. And the final thing that helps me to be able to get grammar SAT reading and writing problems right is to read the sentence with the blank over again once I have decided which answer is correct, filling the blank in with my answer to make sure it sounds right. Because especially for native speakers of English, it's very easy to tell in the majority of SAT reading and writing problems when something doesn't sound quite right, when the grammar doesn't sound correct. And by just giving it a quick read through before moving on, it can help make sure that you don't make any silly mistakes. So let's go ahead and try that practice problem. This is one of the digital SAT reading and writing grammar problems that I found to be most difficult. As we can see by the choices over here, it's a verb problem, so we need to read the entire passage. As I mentioned earlier, if it were a pronouns problem, then we would only have to read one sentence. So let's read. Researchers studying the Terracotta Army, the thousands of life-size statues of warriors found interred near the tomb of Emperor Qin Shi Huang of China, were shocked to realize that the shape of each statue's ears, like the shape of each person's ears, blank unique. Okay, so let's follow my first tip when we answer this problem. First, we need to boil down the important parts of the sentence and cross out the ones that aren't important. Well, the first half of the passage is only helpful when trying to figure out what tense the verb is going to be in. We can see it's going to have to be present tense because the ears are still in existence. They haven't been destroyed or anything like that. They're still being. So we can cross out the first half of that sentence. And we can also cross out the part that says, like the shape of each person's ears, because it's not adding anything. It doesn't have anything to do with the verb in the sentence. It's simply a modifier, and it's a simile. And again, the portion of the sentence that says, of each statue's ears, is simply modifying shape. It's not necessary. So we can cross that part out as well. Now let's reread it with those crossed out pieces. Researchers were shocked to realize that the shape blank unique. Okay, so let's follow my second tip now. What is the subject? Well, what is being unique here? It's the shape. It's not the researchers. It's not the ears. It's because the ears is simply modifying shape, and anyway, if I cross that out, we don't need it. So it's the shape. And now, based on that information over here, can we figure out what the answer choice is? Well, over here we can see that we have 2 present choice answers and 2 past choice answers. But as I already mentioned, we've decided that the verb must be in the present tense. So that takes us down to choice A and choice B. But by looking at the subject of the sentence, the word shape, we can see that that subject is singular, which means the only possible answer choice is B, because R is plural. So that's the first 2 tips. Now let's do the third tip by reading the entire passage again, inserting choice B, which we chose, into the blank. Researchers studying the terracotta army, the thousands of life-size statues of warriors found interred near the tomb of Emperor Qin Shi Huang of China, were shocked to realize that the shape of each statue's ears, like the shape of each person's ears, is unique. And that sounds pretty right to me. So let's go ahead and check the answer choice down here. Yes, choice B. As you can see, I originally got this problem wrong when doing it for the first time. However, that was actually 2 years ago that I did it for the first time. So, long time. I hope you found that video helpful, and I hope it'll help you to get more problems right on the SAT that involve grammar, because I know they can be pretty tricky sometimes, pretty convoluted, and it's hard to be able to tell exactly what answers are right, as you very well know if you've made it to this point in the video. I want to really encourage you to like and subscribe if you found it helpful. This is going to be a part of my college application in the fall, and you can help make this a bigger part of the process for me, bigger extracurricular, and help me monetize my channel, pay for college by engaging. If you have any questions or ideas for future videos, please leave those in the comments below. I'd love to help you with that, whether it's SAT related, AP related, studying in general. This channel is really here for you guys, and I would love to hear your amazing ideas. So again, thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful, and I'll see you again soon.